Hello, humans. Happy Thursday. I hope yesterday went well for you all, and I hope you guys are having a good week so far. Yesterday, we started talking about Hammurabi. Um, if you remember, he is the king of Babylon. He decided he needed to expand his empire, so he went about conquering new places, and eventually he had to put all those people under his control. And he was basically like, all right, here are my rules. Here's what I expect of you. Here's what will happen if you don't follow these rules, and how this is going to play out since you are now under my rule. If you remember, document A was talking about where he got his power. If you read document A, you'll remember that he believed he got his power from the gods. He thought the gods supported him. He thought that with the support of the gods, he could do pretty much whatever he wanted. Because if you remember, the Mesopotamians thought that the gods were all powerful. They could destroy the world if they wanted to. They could bring about a flood, a drought, what have you, and just destroy humanity. So it was believed by them that the king, whoever that was, in this case it's Hammurabi, was considered an instrument of the gods, if you will, and that his rule was supported by them. So if you fought against him or his rules, you were really fighting against the gods. You were fighting against people, gods that were all powerful, could basically do whatever you want. So you're kind of, most people's first thought would be you're not really fighting just the king, you're also fighting the gods who put the king in charge. If you remember, document B, however, was about the economy, and most of their laws that we saw in document B dealt with money, what people did for a living, and what was happening if they failed to do that. If you notice, document B dealt a lot with farming laws, and there was the one law about if your dam breaks and it floods everybody's fields, you could potentially be sold into slavery to pay for that. And so the gods weren't known for being very friendly, and neither was Hammurabi's law code. Now, the idea was that these laws kind of were universal, meaning that regardless of who you were, whether you were a priest or a slave at the bottom of society, these laws, in theory, should have applied equally to you. Um, Today, with document C here, you'll notice that that isn't always the case. Slaves didn't always get the best treatment. Ladies, unfortunately, you guys didn't get much better treatment either. So you'll notice that there are exceptions to the whole equality rule. What you have here is document C. If you need someone to read that for you, remember you can use the immersive reader attachment if you downloaded it to help have it read it for you. And document C here really talks about how society was structured and were people treated equally. You'll find as you read document C here, no, not everyone was treated equally. And if you remember it down here at the bottom, it gives you a vocabulary list for a dowry here. So what you're doing today is we are building upon what we did yesterday with documents A and B. We are taking document A where it talks about their religion and how King Hammurabi got his power. We're taking document B where it talks about what they laws regarding their money, their businesses, that kind of thing. And now we're moving into society. And we're looking at how did the rules apply? How do these rules set up Babylonian society? So I'll read one of these for you real quick. We will read, let's see, you know what? Let's pick 138. If a man wishes to separate from his wife who has borne him no children, so in other words, if a man wants to leave his wife and she hasn't had any kids, he has to give her the amount of her dowry that she brought with her and let her go. So basically, a dowry is money or property that the woman's family usually gave to her husband when they got married. So 138 says, if you want to leave your wife as a man, if you guys do not have kids, you have to give her that money back or whatever she brought with her. If she does have kids, you do not have to give that back. Seems odd, fair, but that's an example of one of the laws that you're going to be looking at here. Now, for your assignment today, you will read through document C here, and then you will answer the questions here. So all of these questions deal with document C. So I'll read through these for you real quick. Question 1, Code 196. What is the punishment for putting out the eye of another man? Okay, so you go back to Code 196 and you'll see, okay, what happens if you put out the eye of another man? Question 2, how might Code 196 be seen as an attempt to promote equality? Okay, so how does that promote equality? Question 3, Code 199 describes a different punishment for putting out the eye of an enslaved person. What might this suggest about equality in Babylonia? Okay, question 4, find 2 other passages that promote evidence of inequality in Hammurabi's code. Be sure to provide that number. So basically, what law number? Find 2 other laws that deal with, that kind of show evidence of inequality. Question 5, what do codes 117, 138, and 141 suggest about the status of women in Babylon? So like, what do those 3 laws say about women's roles, women's rights in Babylon? And that is actually all of the questions. So that is actually all I have for you all. If you all have any questions, need me to explain this anymore, let me know, and I will be more than happy to help you guys walk you through this. Otherwise, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully.